All right, so we're talking about the LPE project. As you know, we've been doing that for quite a while, but I want to let you know where we are because we're done. We're into the news now and just expanding right from here. All the work is done. So let me see if I can start to make sense of this. Um, Here we go. Here's an example of a call that came through that was a good call for a client. Okay, 5 minute long call, potential $5,000 minimum sale. Writing on that, it cost us 2 clicks to make that happen on AdWords call only conversions, mobile phone conversions. It took us like a week to get those 2 clicks because we were dialing it in carefully. This is for distressed homes, so you got to be really, really careful that you don't get the wrong market in. You want to make sure to get the right market in so you don't blow any money. But anyway, 2 clicks, and that was like 75 bucks in and a potential 5,000 out. Okay, that's important to understand. This is happening. Okay, it's happening now. So let me go to the next point. These guys, when they saw it happen, they were really blown away. It made them absolutely happy. They couldn't believe it. They're the recipients, right? They're the ones who answered the phone and talked through the deal. Okay, so they were really, really happy to see that going on. All right, with that in mind, how do we contact guys like that? Right? Because we want to make a lot of them happy. We're doing robocalls and we're doing robo texting, you could say, SMS messages, to reach out to the right kind of clients that we have. We have right now 7 major industries. As you know, we have AdWords campaigns done for all of them. So we take ads that we create like this, okay, and put it out through 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, okay, clients, and test the different ads, see which ones hit the best, and bring them there. Now, at first, we were just trying to have them sign up in a form that would get delivered to an email, but then we said, no, we need an actual online database. So we need to make this possible for affiliates to use. The cold callers, in other words, they can use it for their own purposes. They can have us robocall on their behalf, okay? Anyway, let me explain how that works. So see, this is gettrialleads.com. It's a website you can go and visit, okay? So the notion is we're making a simple little offer, right? To a couple of guys to see who says yes. Whoever's serious about it, we're going to send them some good leads. No cost to them. We need to send them some good leads. Whoever's going to fund each campaign realizes that we are going to send them some good leads. Why? So that we can get a couple of good recordings like that. Because the moment we're getting these into the hands of some guys, they're absolutely going to want to keep paying for more leads. That friendship ensures itself without question. Okay, so if we hook up 8 guys and we give them each a few leads, and let's say for 2 it just doesn't work out for some reason, but the other 6 it does, we locked and loaded 6 income streams. Now, for those of you who are wondering what that can turn into, that can be even whether it's small or large. I got some math I'll break down pretty soon, but the idea is each guy could be worth like an almost easy 700 a month. How does that work? It would be like this. A roofer pays about 58 bucks a lead. Say it costs us like $7 a click, and it takes us 3 clicks to get them a good lead. Then we spent 21 bucks to get them a good lead, for which they owe us 58. 58 minus 21. That's what? That's 37 bucks. Okay. If 5 people are participating in that, the guy who owns the asset, the cold caller, the AdWords manager, the AdWords funder, and us, the website guys, we each get 20% of that 37 bucks, right? And the original money has to go back in because we have to keep wrapping it back in so we can keep getting more calls to happen. So what's that mean? 37 divided by 5 is about 7 bucks each. Okay. About 7 bucks each. Doesn't sound like a lot until you think, well, if we're getting the guy 5 leads a day, that's 35 leads a day. And if we do that for at least 20 days out of the month, that's 700 bucks a month. Okay. And there's no reason that guy's going to want to stop. Okay. And our websites are cheap. We're getting people here with calls like this by getting our ads to the #1 position, paying way less than the guys right below them. Right now, in this industry, which is the hardest one, we're getting clicks for about 40 bucks each in an industry where the average click is between 125 and 150 bucks each. And if you're so we're in position 1 paying 40, they're in positions 2 and 3 paying 120, 150, 125, 150, anything up in there. And if you're wondering why, it's a lot of it is the quality of the underlying asset. Google looks at the underlying website to determine the quality and therefore the cost of the ad. What does everyone want? Cheaper ads. And in our case, if we hold that to ourselves for the cheaper ads, then we can sell the leads. Okay. So if each guy we bring into the system turns into like a $700 a month profit stream for each player, each of the 5 guys involved in the sequence, okay, then everyone is incredibly happy. Some people are happy just to own the asset. They don't do anything, but they provided the money to make us so that we could create the asset in the first place. AdWords manager manages the AdWords and watches the results like a hawk. He's going through these call logs to make sure the calls are making sense. AdWords funder puts the money in to get the calls to start happening, right? The AdWords manager manages it, okay? Robocaller either called a bunch of companies to find these guys who signed up and said, I want some leads. It's cool. Let's get going. Or they are paying us to robocall. We have to robocall for you. We can't teach you as a cold caller how to robocall. You can robocall for yourself, but we cannot hand you our scripts with our voices and tell you the best way to get the leads. Because if we do, then 15 of you more are going to be sending my recorded message through all the same people every day, and they're going to be so harassed, right? They're going to hear my recording 15 times in their voicemail, and they're going to want to sue me for harassment. So yeah, I can't do that. If you want, we can robocall on your behalf with your promo code, and you get credit for those leads, and you'll be able to see that in your back office. So let me just quickly whip through and explain the rest of this so it makes some kind of sense. Yeah, so if we're getting ads like that out there, then people sign up. By the way, we found services and we started to put it out and started to learn. So first I did ringless voicemails, and I got really mixed results, and then I came to understand why. I started to learn how that happened. Ringless voicemails try to trick the phone. It calls the phone twice in a row really, really fast. So the first ring barely even rings the phone, probably won't even actually ring loudly. No one will hear it, okay? But the moment it triggers that it connected, it lets go and then connects again. Why? So that the second one thinks it has to go to voicemail because the first one's supposed to be ringing. Well, it's hit or miss. You get like a 60-40 chance of that happening. The problem was that my recording was only good for voicemail. Anyone who answered it live were like, get this guy out of here. It wasn't a good recording for live calls. It was meant to be voicemail. So we learned we don't do it that way. Do it on purpose as a live call or voicemail message, where you have one recording for that. So if somebody picks up, it's going to play the live recorded message, the one for the person who picked up. The one where you're saying, please don't hang up the phone. Make sure your marketing manager gets this free leads. Who doesn't want free leads? Try us out, kind of thing. Then the other one is for voicemail. If it happens to go to voicemail, hi, we were looking for a dentist in your area because we want to send some leads to you and just see if it works out. And if so, then great. Let's talk about doing more. Can we send you a few free leads just to see if that works for you? If so, go to gettrialleads.com and sign up. Okay, so different messages for the different ways of approaching. Now, text side of the house, we can do the text messages like that one there, right? Thing is, before, when we just run out all the leads, then a bunch would fail because they were landlines. Now we have a service that allows us to put up a list. I can add 40,000 phone numbers to a list right now, for example, and pull out of it. The process will pull out all the cell phones here, all the landlines there. So now we know which ones are cell phones, so we can text message those guys directly and save the recorded messages for the landlines. Okay, now what are we doing? We're trying to get guys, like I said, one way or the other, to come here and sign up. What does that mean? That means this. Let me step back and make some pointers. So first, we're getting our leads from Reference USA. Anyone not know? I'm just putting it out there so you can be aware of that. If you wanted to go grab your own leads, don't duplicate what we're doing unless you want to duplicate what we're doing. You won't be able to use my voice. So, for example, if I were to look for anything, I don't care, attorneys, right? And maybe DUI, okay? I can say search, right? And it's going to show me the categories. This is one, a SIC code, right? Standard Industrial Classification Code. And I might want attorneys, okay? Now I can update the count, see how many I've got. 426,000, more than I can run at one time. So let me see if I can just do that for a certain city or state, for example. Let's say I did that for Florida, okay? And then I say update the count. 30,407. Okay, I don't need really big companies because they just, really big companies probably aren't going to want to listen to me anyway. So I'm just going to say, like that and update the count. Okay, 28,057 just in Florida. Just in Florida. Okay, that's a lot. So if that's too many, I'll even break it down. I'll say, okay, I'm not going to try to do all of Florida all at once. Let me just do a certain city, Fort Lauderdale or like Orlando or something like that, right? And if I do Orlando, or if I just do Orlando and then take that one off, so update the count, that's like 1,537 just in Orlando. Okay, so then I'll say view the results. Now here's the trick with Reference USA, view the results. You're like, okay, I want to download 1,537 records, but I can't see how to do it. It's only showing me 25 records. And you'll find out there's no way to do it. You have to go like this, select all, then go to page 2 and select all. So now you've got all of them selected on pages 1 and 2. That's 50. So then you go to 3, select all, 4, select all. So I need to do 10 pages, right, to get 250. And then when I get all done with all of this, I can select this, right? That's the point. I'm just pointing this out because this matters. You'll understand where we're going with this in a minute. And I can hit download, okay? And then I can say, give me Excel, give me, detailed, say, and just download, okay? Now it gave that to me, okay? I have it right there, or I'm getting it right there. And then what am I going to do after that? I'm going to go back, revise my search. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. For whatever reason, it's taking a really, really long time. I didn't mean for it to. Maybe because, detailed, I should have just said summary, right? That's plenty enough data. Okay, I can open that. And then when I do, okay, just so I know, enable editing, right? I've got everything here. I've got all kinds of good and useful information. I got the phone numbers, okay? Neighborhoods, metro areas, I've got everything. I got the company name. I got everything I need, okay? And I can scroll down and yeah, we got 250 records plus the header 251, right? Now what? Well, that's one. So now I want to go back. And what do you think I want to do? I want to go to page 11 and say, now let's do another 250, but I got a problem. I have to deselect the first 10. Now that's going to stink. That means I got to do it like that. Oh, that just stinks. Well, the answer is you don't have to. You could just hit revise search and then just hit view results again. Don't change anything, just hit view results. Okay, and that way it's all deselected. Okay, and just jump to page 11. Okay, and then just start check marking from there. Well, I have my guys go on that. And so the first day, they got me 10,000 records. The next day, they got me 23,000 records. While they were doing that, I went to someone else and had him build something. And so now what we have is Reference USA automation. That already goes through, checks 10, downloads, revises, goes back, jumps to page 11, checks 10, downloads, revises, go back, jumps to page 21. So it'll take down 6,600 results while I'm playing, sleeping, eating, watching a movie with the family. It doesn't matter what. Out at the gym, hiking. And so that's awesome. So we're going to have our team downloading records at that rate. We're going to get, who knows, 100,000 records a day totally easily. Mostly it's about computers now, not people. If you can line up a bunch of computers, you can all have them working in tandem at that point. All right, on full automatic. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so leads. So we've got the phone system will call thousands a day. Okay, and we've got this going on. And so we just need funding for the phone calls. It's like 8 cents a call. But if you're sending text messages, it's more like 4 cents. Okay, to send them right, like with images and or video and or links and or phone number to call, etc. Okay. But it's a really big deal. We studied all the rules for how to do this with companies. It's a really big deal. Now, here's the point. When people go, where are they going? They're going here, gettrialleads.com. Okay. We found what the pay per industry people do is get people to call. Or I'm sorry, they call people and say, hey, can we send you leads and agree on a price? Okay, what's the price? Well, we need about 58 bucks per good lead. How does that work? And what's a good lead? And then you have this long discussion. That's a pain in the neck, right? It takes a long time to explain some of the stuff to people, get them to realize that a good lead is really a good lead for you. I'm not trying to trick you with fine print. It's a good lead. But if you just tell people, hey, let's just send you a few, see if you like them. If you don't, no problem. We won't send you anymore because that's on our dime. But if you do like them, let's talk. You know, we can get on a simple week-to-week contract. Well, do you know what? Now all of a sudden, everybody wants to join. So that's your offer if you're a cold caller. All you're doing is getting people to this page, gettrialleads.com, and they just sign up. So they choose their industry, put in a business name, a website, a phone number. That's going to be displayed on the ads because it's call only ads, and we need to know just their business website and name. What are their hours of operation? Monday to Friday? Do they have any for Saturday and Sunday? What state are they operating out of? Delaware? What service area? You know, basic metro area. And what's the service radius outside the main area? 5, 10, 15, you know? Most guys will be like 15 or 20 for the radius. All right, and then we just need to know who to contact to ask how you like your leads. By the way, do we really need to ask them? No, because we record the calls, right? You remember? We listen to their calls anyway because it's coming through our forwarding phone numbers so that we can track, okay? And they know that. It's even on the form. They understand that, right? That way we can tell if we're sending them leads that are good. If we're sending them leads and somehow it's not working, we'll just stop sending them leads, double up on the guys that we're getting ground covered with. And who do we call over there to just say, are you liking your leads? So, of course, we're going to call the guys that do like their leads and talk about locking in a weekly contract. By the way, now we know how much the AdWords costs. So we can put more on top for profit and then go right into it, okay? And everyone's going to be happy with that. So what are your preferred leads? What do you not do? Let's make sure we get this right before we run the ads, okay? So if you don't do tar or foam roofing, let's make sure we know that. Okay. If pest control, you don't do large animal removal, let's make sure we know that. Finally, notes over the best hooks, right? Do you offer a free on-site evaluation? You know, do you give out free personalized mouthwash, or do you offer free teeth whitening with the service? Okay. Now there's the promo code. That's for the cold caller. Some 4-digit combination like G4, R8 identifies somebody in the system. Okay. And so when they submit, then that person gets credit, the person with the promo code. Okay, I'll explain how that works in just a sec. You'll see right here we have checkboxes. They read that and understand what's going on. It just simply says, please answer your phone. It's at our cost. Please, and by submitting the form, you're saying that, you know, you're authorized to act on behalf of the company listed, that the company is aware of the request and approves of this request. Okay. Really, really, really simple. Now they sign up, and on the inside, our AdWords manager gets that information. We just put out a couple of test runs, and so check this out. We got 4 guys signed up really quick. That could be $700 a month plus $700 a month plus $700 a month plus $700 a month to each of the 5 players involved with those 4 leads. So what are you waiting for? Get going, right? That either you can do robocalling yourself or pay us to do robocalling on your behalf. Now, that's to get people lined up. And then AdWords funders, everybody wants to fund AdWords that are set. If I say right now, because I think it's true, I'll double check with the guy. This, I believe, is totally ready right now. Delano Construction, if I went there and I went to his campaign, okay, checked out his ad groups, he's got quite a few. Okay, because, yeah, we did that well. So there's 92 ad groups here, all certified roofing contractors, clay tile roofing, commercial roof, repair. If I look at the ads, pretty cool. Call the forwarding phone number, okay, that phone number, call it. And this is the website, which is actually ours, which is why we get our AdWords so cheaply, because we put so much effort into the pages. And then the keyword is this or whatever they typed in. Free roofing estimates, call now. That's a call only ad. It means it only shows up on a mobile phone Okay, and when people see it, they actually hit the button and they call the company right then and there. Okay, let me just point out right now, this is ready for like 200 bucks or 250. Which one of you guys wants to send me 250 to kick that into motion? We did all the work. We did all the work and lined up a real live client who's waiting for some leads. Anyone want to put like 250 into this particular project and kick it off and then get access to the recorded calls, make sure it's moving in the right direction, and make 20% on all the leads? I'm telling you, we have 4 campaigns like this right now, each looking for a minimum 250 funding to kick it off. I think we're going to probably be putting requirements of 500 minimum on these things to get the right guys into play, but I think 250 is good enough for most of these. So if somebody wants to, man, just get a hold of me like full speed and say, me. So far, we've set up all these industries and we haven't started funding them yet because first we have to get leads. And then when people sign up, we'll set up the campaigns for those companies. And then we need AND funders to fund those companies. Okay, talk about earning money that way. So by getting into that, you could be creating a $700 a month income stream profit to you for each one of these guys. And the number's relatively arbitrary, but it's really simple. You know, we're just trying to get like 5 leads a day to each one of these companies. You know, based on the numbers I was sharing, that's not hard, and that's huge. Okay, so they sign up. Now, here's the point I want to make to you. If you want to get into this, go here. gettrialleads.com/CCC, cold caller crew. Okay, gettrialleads.com/CCC. That's for you. Sign up. What's your first name and your last name? What's your phone number? What's your business name if you have one? Or what's your business phone number, which right now needs to be the same as your contact phone number if nothing else, right? So it's considered a required field. What's your address? Social security number, business number, because we're going to go ahead and take that information down for W-9s when we send them out, because we're going to have to claim the income on you. The state you're in, and then when you choose your state, you'll be able to choose your city. Okay, and then your zip code. Skype name, just for ease. Put in your Skype name. That way you and I can communicate. You know, we can communicate. You can communicate with the cold calling manager. He'll get the Skype name. He'll be able to reach out and say, hey, how can I help you? You know, if you want to do any of this yourself or if you're interested. Okay, what's your email address, and submit it. When you do that, it creates a 4-character promo code for you. That promo code is totally so that you can have it and lock in your guys. Now you might say, what if the guy forgets to put the promo code in? What if my promo code was like, I don't know, P9Y4, right? And actually, I think it's always lowercase just for ease. P9Y4. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I must have my caps lock on. No? Oh. Well, anyway. I did something, I guess, with my keyboard, or I just did something strange with the page. I don't know. Oh, okay. P9Y4. Okay, fine. Here's the point. You can just use it up here in the URL. Okay? So, / promo code. Why is my caps lock on? Promo code equals P9Y4, for example, right? Or let's do something else to make this clear. P8Y8. Now if I go, okay, that's like your affiliate link, okay? Check it out, P8Y8, okay? No one who fills out this form is going to take the promo code off. They don't see a reason to take it off. If it's here, they'll think that there's good reason for it to be there. They'll leave it on. They'll just continue and they'll submit when they get their information filled in, right? So those companies who signed up for AdWords, they came through the form, okay? We can get a lot more really, really fast. Now, here's the other point I want to make. What if you want to go a step further if you're setting this out? Because again, take a look at this. You see that? Well, even in this case, right there, that could be the URL. Somebody clicks, even though it just says gettrialleads.com right there, it will actually go to that URL with your promo code. So if you're paying us to do the robocalling, we will include your promo code with the ads that we send out. So we're sending 1,000 of these out on your behalf, or 3,000. That will be your promo code. You'll get a number of signups, and then you'll earn 20% from the signups for this part. If you're also doing the AdWords funding, you earn 20% for that part. If you own the asset, if you're doing this and you're funding and saying, Dave, I want you to do robocalling on my behalf for my project, here's the money, then it's your asset. So you own 20% for that. So you own 3 of the 5 positions all by yourself. Okay, you get 60% of the revenue. Huge. Okay, now last thing I want to point out that's really, really cool about this, when we send it out, say we want it to be for the DUI lawyer directly, right? Like that one's for a DUI lawyer. We get to do one more thing. If you look at the industry list, there's like 11 choices here, right? Well, one of them is lawyer DUI. So if I count from the top, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess what? I can deal with that immediately on the form. I can say and industry, IND, equals 5. 5th one down. So right away when the thing lands, the industry selected was lawyer DUI in the first place. That's cool, right? So if you, that means you can do your promo code and you can do your industry, like industry equals 9. Pest control, mice, rats, squirrels, raccoons, okay? It's just automatically selected on the form, and there's the promo code. So if I change it now to like, you can't 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? I just said 1, 2, 3, N, okay? Then sure enough, pest control, mice, rats, squirrels, raccoons, 1, 2, 3, N. Okay, so when they join, we capture all that information in the back end and we fill in the rest. Fill in the forwarding phone number, the AdWords campaign, the AdWords number, figure out who the AdWords funder is. We fill that information in, and we figure out whether Google approved the status of the ad and whether it's enabled, whether it's live. All that stuff goes into the back, and you guys who are involved get access to the cold calling. Okay, we're setting this up for everyone and everything. We're doing this for all the industries, for all of you guys who bought in. We're getting you all caught up. Okay. And for those of you who say, catch me up and give me credit, I want credit, fun robocalls so that we can get clients to your project. Now, I've had people say, what about saturation? The answer is, do you know how long it's going to take to saturate? And even if we did hit saturation in one area, we will give you more room elsewhere. If you're funding us, we're going to hook you up and make sure you keep earning. That's it. The guys who have the most skin in this game are going to wind up making the most in the long run. That's just the reality check. Having said that, I had a list of all these notes, so just want to go through them real fast, right? We need to get the guys, get different good guys, right? Cost per fraction of everyone else are totally competitive. Focus on call only, right? Fund assets, right? Access call logs, right? Working together as a team. Reference USA stuff, and the automation, that'll be awesome. And studied how to do robocalls, how to separate the lists and the landlines and cell phones. Okay, we created the online database at the website, gettrialleads.com. Okay, everything's in there, and we'll get you guys going. Okay, to become a cold caller and instantly get a promo code, just sign up there, gettrialleads.com/CCC. Okay, that gives you your unique URL. You can promote it, we can promote it on your behalf. For all clients who start paying, you earn 20% net profits for getting them in the system. Example, roofer pays $58 for a good lead. If it costs us $7 a call, it takes 3 calls, it's 58 minus 21 is 37 profit. 37 divided by 5 participating positions. It doesn't have to be participant people. One guy could have 3 positions all to himself. Okay, so he gets 3 of those. He gets 60%, or she. So there you go. 37 divided by those 5 positions, right? It's going to be something like $7 profit per call. But that if we're doing an average 5 good leads a day, that's $35 a day for at least 20 days a month. It's $700 a month for each business lead. If we have 20 metro areas in a state and we fill them out according to the amount of money we have to pour in and people signing up for leads, that's 700 times 20 is 14,000 a month. You know? So how long do you think it really takes for this to happen when we can robocall at full speed and we have really good ads that we're figuring out and good text messages? And we're just doing this for all the industries with this totally useful offer. Get free leads. Sign up for free leads. Let's see if it works for you. We're trying to get new clientele, so we're giving away some leads to see who we can work best for. Okay, no obligation, no risk. Just get going and let us take on the risk of sending you good leads. Because again, if we send to 8, 6 are going to hit, 2 might not. Who knows why? But the 6 that hit, those are our new best friends. They're going to stick around and want to keep getting more leads. So that's why this is totally awesome. So I don't know what to say. This is just it's a huge arbitrage opportunity for as long as we have it open right now, because we're kicking it off. You guys have the best deals. If you don't want to do the work yourself, provide at least $500 for robocalls for us. We'll do it for you. Then you can just log in your dashboard and see how many leads you're getting. Okay. Anyone wonder how you can get it going? Do this. Send a PayPal payment for $500, at least $500. The more you send, the more leads you can get. That's all. To PayPal at moji-crew.com. Okay. It's like my longest standing PayPal address, PayPal at moji-crew.com. And in the comment, please put robocalls for promo code, right? PC, whatever yours is. Okay, just whatever yours is. And then if you want, add an industry choice or your own asset URL if you want, so that we know if you have a preference. Like if you have your own asset and you want calls to go to that, that's wise. Okay, whatever. Then just send us a follow-up email to clarify if you just want to make sure. Okay, now I want to make this point. We have towing websites that are live with thousands of pages indexed. We have garage door websites that are live with thousands of pages indexed right now. If you don't have an asset and you want an asset that's ready to get leads coming to and set up the campaigns on, because they're quality websites, you can buy them. Okay, they're expensive because they're just one-time payments for huge ongoing returns. 20% for doing nothing but owning it. You own the office building, and other people are stampeding in to set up shop, and they're doing their 20% stuff inside your 20% share of that. Okay, so order form, if you want to get that, that's $24.95. Here's the thing. In this case, if you're letting us choose for you, right, and we already have it built, one of the garage door repair websites or one of the towing websites that we have right now that we build ahead of the schedule, they're already built and indexed. They're huge. Okay, Google loves them. It's time to do the rest of the work with them. Whoever wants to come in and buy these things, we'll have them live in a day. We'll have robocalls running through them like the next day. We're going to have leads. It'll take us like another day to set up AdWords campaigns for those guys. And then we can start funding them. A week at the most. From the time you make your payment to the time that we have clicks going to guys to weed out the 6 out of the 8, that are going to keep coming back and say, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more. Let's do a week to week and just stick with it. I can handle 15 leads a day. I can handle 12 leads a day, says that guy. I can handle 20 leads a day, says that guy, because he's got more employees working. We'll figure out what each guy can handle and push for the max in each case, right? So that we can split the maximum amount of profit we can all split. So there you go. If I were you, I would get into it. If you don't have the funds for that and you have to start lower, do a co-op project. $600 for a co-op project. If you have to do a co-op project, do it. Choose garage door repair or towing down here, because those are the things that are available right now. Okay, you can put in a stair, just hit choose for me. It almost doesn't even matter about the states anymore, because as we do the robocalls, we line everyone up through the guys who are saying I want leads, and it turns out that's the best way to run these AdWords campaigns. So we can cover literally everyone that's got in, proportionate to the amount of money they've put in for the stuff they have going on, just by continuing to do what we're doing. So get in. We're tying in lots of backlinks through these sites. That's the next thing we built. It's 104 or 108. I always forget which. But we have them built. They're live, they're indexed, they're ready. And so now we're going to get a guy through the software installer tool to go and create selective backlinking through all the index pages, the main page of each folder, the main page for each website. Okay. Really big, just big. I hope you like what's going on. I hope you understand the power. We're going to be able to take over the nation because we can make AdWords for like a third the cost of the competition because they have crappy landing pages and we have full out, no kidding, dead serious websites with great fodder about the material. I even had a guy ask me, what about just testing whether people like the website when they land on it? And the answer is we're doing call only campaigns. We don't even have to care because people aren't going to go to the website. They look something up on their phone. They see the phone number to call. We're probably the top ad because we can afford it for less than the competition. So they click it and they're calling the company. The only reason for the underlying website is because Google has to evaluate the underlying website to come up with an appropriate score for the cost of that call only ad. That's it. So we make these websites now, not even necessarily to satisfy people, but to satisfy Google first, people second. I mean, of course, we'll want to satisfy people anyway, and that comes with organics. And yes, we set up the page to really get people to call, right? And that's cool. They land organically, they get the idea to call, and that's totally important. But for the purpose of controlling the income, getting a certain number of leads per day out of possible maximum, okay, then that's what's going on. I've had people say, well, can you just push it to 2,000 a day? It was like, only if there are 2,000 people a day in the city or the area that are looking, right? You don't see 2,000 people in one city, in a small city or a mid-sized city looking for auto repair. Because we don't have 2,000 cars breaking down every day in every city. You can't force it to happen. All you can do is rise to the level of which it happens. But that's what Google's for. That's what asking clients are for. How many leads can you handle? How many do you normally get? How many should you be able to get when you're really busy? But we even look at Google keywords and we can figure that out pretty quick. So we know what we're doing, and we've got people just hungry to tie it all together for you. All we need is money. We keep needing money. You got to keep feeding us so we can keep going through these steps. But this whole thing about climbing to a point where we're going to just be able to say, now we have it done, and we just clone for each next client going across the country. We're that close. The last thing we're doing are just lining up these guys, sending them some free leads so they say, I want more. And then what? Take that winning model and just clone it for each next guy. We already did it with distressed homes, which was the biggest, scariest one to do it with. But most of you guys bought into it. When we first launched this thing, it was our first project. You guys bought into it. So you know what? We have a winning distressed homes campaign right now that we can run nationwide for every rep that we can find out there who's willing to pay for leads, or at least willing to let us get them a couple of leads so we can say, hell, I'm totally into this. Let's set this up. All right. We already have a winning campaign. It's already done. Okay. Guys, get in, get your assets, own your own office buildings so that people can run in and set up space. Those of you that want to get into cold calling, sign up as a cold caller and either start doing it yourself to get people to the forum. I showed you how to do it with the URL. Or if you want us to do it, you want to fund us to do it, do that. If you want to go to Craigslist, go. If you want to go to Warrior Forum, go. If you want to go to Backpage, go. If you want to just start reaching out to every industry. Roofers, get free leads. Dentists, get free leads. If you want to try some emailing, go ahead. Don't spam, but absolutely go out there and get people to realize that you're offering free leads. It's not even a business call because there is no obligation or commitment. When we're done sending them a few free leads, they can let us know if they want more. Don't want more. Name a company that doesn't want more leads in general, more good leads, right? And the other question somebody asked me is, what if they can't afford? Well, we can always put them on a shared program. So if they can't afford, if we get like a Chicago roofer and they can't afford the price by themselves, we're going to do another robocall routine to other guys in Chicago, roofers, going, hey, we need some more Chicago roofers to join a shared program. You guys will pay 15 bucks each per lead. It's 5 guys we need total. We've already got 1 or 2, whatever. We just need the last spots filled and we can launch it. Okay, you're going to pay 15 bucks for every good lead. Yeah, and you're going to get an equal chance to drop a voicemail on that guy and see if he likes your bid. Okay. So you know what? We even make more with that, but it's more work. It doesn't matter though, whichever way we go. We're going to make money that way, that way. You know, lead by lead by lead. When our cold calling manager tested out the idea, right? He went from getting like two clients he could close a day to getting a client every hour. It was like 4 times the progress. He was totally blown away. He was like, I can't believe asking guys if they want some free leads worked that well. It's like, well, see, that's what you were doing anyway in the industry. You were telling people, hey, please pay this much per lead. But then, you know, you had to show them a few good leads so that they would understand what they're going to get, so they don't think there's some trick to it. And so you're right back to the beginning. You're offering some free leads anyway. You're paying for them anyway, making sure the guy's happy. And then once he's locked and loaded, he's going to keep paying you over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's totally worth it. You know, if we can find 6 guys and they want to pay $700 a piece, and then only costs us like $200 per guy total, and probably even just 100 per guy, especially because the ads that cost the most are the first ones. After that, you know, you've tweaked it in, so now you're just cloning for each next guy. Constantly gets cheaper. Over the year, it just gets cheaper. All right, guys, get in, get going. Again, let me point this out. If you go to our main website, theme2html.com, you want to get an asset, go to Streamlined Project, okay? If you want to be a cold caller, go to gettrialleads.com, but that's where the companies sign up. Go to /CCC, so you can sign up as a cold caller, okay? Get your promo code. If you want to fund robocalls, get your promo code first so that we can do calls on your behalf with your money, okay? So we'll want to know your code. We have it in the back end. We can see everyone in the back end. Sign up so you're part of that. And then, what do I want to say? If you want to be an AdWords funder, let me know. We are actually, the next form we're going to build is for the guys who want to be AdWords funders. They can let us know the industry of their preference or choose for me. They can let us know what they have available for starting off campaigns, okay? And you'll put in your email and your phone number and stuff, and we'll be able to contact you when we have a match, okay? Which will be really, really soon. So yeah, everything's happening. Everyone's going to be getting paid. We love it. We are at the end. We're done building sites. We're just interlinking and running robocalls and lining up AdWords campaigns and funding them. And then just follow the calls. Call all the guys who are going to be happy because they got good calls. You know, we check the recorded calls, see who to call first, second, third, and just start locking them into contracts. And how many leads can they handle? And we put all that into our database online so that it's easy to see and recognize. And our AdWords manager has already found other guys to start training so that we can take on many more at the same time. Everyone's in. Everyone's in on this because it's awesome. It's really cool. There's a place for everyone. Come on in. Get started. If you really don't know how to start, give me a call and say, Dave, here's what I've got in the way of cash and time, and whether I'm willing to do any marketing or not. You know, okay, with your cash, let's do this. With your time, let's do that. With your marketing or lack of it, you know, this is what you can do if you want. Okay, there you go. Those are the options. And for a lot of people, I'd say definitely get an asset. If you don't even have one, get one, right? Because it's just, you're going to want it because there's so many other people that want to be a piece of it for their AdWords in their part of the world. Even without us, say you had the website, okay? 2,500. Say you had a garage door repair website nationwide. You can contact garage door repair guys nationwide and say, hey, you're paying for AdWords. I'll bet if you put AdWords through my website, it'd be cheaper. Okay, let's do call-only campaigns so people don't visit the website; they call you. But we'll have it via forwarding phone number, and we'll and send me some bucks to run the AdWords on this to test it, and we'll see how much the clicks cost off of mine versus yours. You know what? They're going to find that their dollar stretches 3 times further, say, paying through you instead of trying to do it on their own. And you could do that nationwide totally without us. Okay, that's why you want an asset. It's gold. To anybody in the game, it's gold. All right. That's enough. I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to getting this show on a roll, and I'm absolutely serious about getting now because we are launching. Everything's happening, and we've got assets that need to be bought. They're just sitting there. No one owns them yet. Come in and lay ownership to them so you can pick up 20% on what they make. Okay, see you soon.